Ted Bundy escaped from prison twice, but what most people do not know is that he was planning a third escape that would have made him disappear forever. Prison guards found his plan hidden in his cell just 12 hours before his execution. When you hear what he was going to do, you'll realize how close America came to losing its most notorious serial killer. This plan was so brilliant that the FBI still studies it today. December 30th, 1977, Ted Bundy jumps from the second-story window of Pitkin County Courthouse and vanishes into the Colorado mountains. This was his second successful escape in 6 months. For 43 days, one of America's most dangerous killers was free. He made it all the way to Florida before killing again. 3 more victims died because Ted Bundy refused to stay locked up. But here's what will blow your mind. While sitting on death row, waiting for his execution, Bundy was secretly planning escape number 3. A plan so detailed, so carefully thought out, that it could have worked. Prison officials found 47 pages of notes hidden behind his toilet. What they read kept them awake at night. To understand Bundy's final plan, you need to know how he'd escaped before. This wasn't some desperate criminal breaking out in a panic. Ted Bundy was a master escape artist. Escape number 1. June 1977. Bundy convinced guards to let him use the courthouse law library to research his own case. While alone in the second-floor room, he opened a window and jumped to freedom. He was caught 6 days later, but he'd proven something important. He could fool anyone. Escape number 2 was even more shocking. December 1977, Bundy had been secretly dieting and exercising, losing 35 pounds. He'd also been studying the jail's architecture during his daily walks. On December 30th, guards thought Bundy was sleeping in his cell, but he'd piled books under his blanket and squeezed through a 1-foot square hole in his ceiling. While guards played cards downstairs, Bundy crawled through the ceiling, dropped into the jailer's apartment, and walked out the front door. He was 1,000 miles away before anyone realized he was gone. By the time they found him, 3 more women were dead. January 1980, Ted Bundy sits on death row in Florida State Prison, convicted of multiple murders. His execution date is set. Most people would accept their fate, not Ted Bundy. Guards later said Bundy treated death row like a puzzle to solve. He studied guard schedules, memorized shift changes, and mapped every inch of the prison. He even befriended other inmates to learn the prison's weaknesses. But Bundy's third escape plan was different. This wasn't about climbing through ceilings or jumping from windows. This was psychological warfare. Bundy had discovered something that changed everything. His celebrity status was his greatest weapon. The media was obsessed with him. Reporters begged for interviews. Books were being written about his crimes, and Bundy realized he could use this fame to escape in broad daylight. Here's what prison guards found hidden in Bundy's cell. A 47-page escape manual that read like a Hollywood screenplay. Phase 1. Bundy would fake a medical emergency during a scheduled TV interview. He'd studied guard protocols and knew exactly how they'd respond to a medical crisis. Phase 2. During the chaos of the emergency, Bundy's accomplice, a female fan who'd been writing him love letters, would create a distraction in the parking lot. She'd claimed to be a reporter with breaking news about the case. Phase 3. While guards dealt with both situations, Bundy would slip away in the confusion. But here's the genius part. He wouldn't run. He'd hide in plain sight. Bundy had arranged for a different accomplice to be waiting with a van disguised as a news crew vehicle, complete with fake TV station logos and camera equipment. The plan was to drive straight to the prison gates and leave like any other news crew. Guards would be so focused on finding an escaped prisoner, they'd never suspect the calm news crew driving away. Phase 4 was the most chilling. Once free, Bundy would undergo plastic surgery paid for by his book deal money, then disappear to South America where he had no extradition treaties. January 24, 1989, just 12 hours before Ted Bundy's execution, guards found the escape plan during a final cell search. They also found letters from 7 different women willing to help him, detailed maps of 3 different escape routes, and $1,200 in cash hidden in his mattress. Warden Tom Barton later said, "If we'd found this plan 24 hours later, Ted Bundy might still be alive and free today." The plan was so detailed that the FBI added it to their training materials. It's still studied by prison security experts as an example of how dangerous intelligence can be when combined with desperation. Ted Bundy was executed at 7:06 a.m. that morning. His final words, "I'd like you to give my love to my family and friends," but investigators always wondered how many other serial killers studied Bundy's escape methods. How many used his techniques to avoid capture? If you want to see how modern killers are using technology to evade police, check out my next video about the Zodiac Killer. Codes that were finally cracked in 2020. Hit subscribe for more cases where criminals thought they were smarter than the system. And let me know in the comments, do you think Bundy's third escape plan would have worked? Because sometimes the most dangerous criminals are the ones who never stop planning.